Hey, Causeway Street fans. Guys, we are going to do a live broadcast for the draft, so you got to be there, got to be in the building, because if you're a true fan, you have to show up, and we have plenty of stuff to give away, including an autographed basketball from none other than Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, so come on over. We'll be broadcasting live from the Greatest Bar, which, if you don't know, is right outside the Garden. Actually,
off of Causeway Street.
The address is 262 French Street, Boston. If you want to put that in your GPS and on your phone, set the reminder right now, 6 to 8. Be there. It's a Thursday night, June 22nd. We'll be broadcasting live while the draft is going on. So, by the looks of things, there's going to be a lot of shit to talk about.
Absolutely. We're talking about the Causeway Street live broadcast draft party powered by CLNS Radio and, of course, the Greatest Bar. So you don't want to miss it. Get yourself signed up for an autographed Isaiah Thomas basketball. We'll be giving it away before the start of the draft. So you want to get there early. We start things off at 6 o'clock. If you get there even earlier, I think Sean Duchin might buy you a beer or two.
You never know.
Crazier things have happened. So we'll see you down there at the Greatest Bar.
There, Greatest Bar, Thursday, 22nd.
Causeway Street Podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Pavone. Joel Pavone. Mr. Sean Dutra.
Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson.
Hi, this is Tyler Zeller from the Boston Celtics.
And y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Joseph Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up? So
Yeah, talk
long
about
walks
yourself.
on the bee.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most
He
romantic.
leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all of Zodiac.
Oh,
You couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
But I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Tay Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
All right, back with another edition of the Causeway Street Podcast. Usual suspects here, of course. You got Sean Dutra, Joel Pavone. I am Joseph Pavone. Zach Peliquin is back. Zach, I haven't seen you since, what, the first round of the playoffs? So it's great to see you again back in here. We're going to discuss what happened in the last 24 hours with these reports about the Celtics. A lot going on. I'm sure Sean wants to get a lot off his chest because he's a huge Markelle Fultz guy. If you haven't listened to the last, 3-4 episodes you've been going in about this guy?
It's been a weird revelation, man.
Yeah, the last 24 hours, I can imagine. It's been tough for Sean.
Locked and loaded. Like, we got it. We're going to do it. We're not going to fuck it up. About to fuck it up.
So we'll let Sean get his rant out later.
Danny's about to fuck up the grilled cheese sandwich.
Yes.
It looks like it. Or he could be making it a deluxe that we were talking about last week.
Let's not talk about grilled cheese, man.
Either way, there's a lot to break down and try to see what Danny Ainge's vision here is with this report that the Celtics are on the verge of trading the number 1 pick to the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the conclusion of the NBA Finals, of course, because the last time we were on here, it was still a series. I thought it was going to be stretched to 6 games. I thought wrong. Of course, the series ended in 5. We'll talk about if LeBron James is actually going to leave Cleveland again. If he's going to make another The Decision and head to LA, is that the new report now?
Part 3.
I can't even grasp my head around that, but we'll get into that. But first things first, of course, this is a Celtics podcast, so we have to get right into this report that broke Friday afternoon. What was it?
I think it's fake.
Mark Stein, Zach Lowe. You think it's fake?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That was a Woj bomb, man. Once Woj gets the cosign on it,
Decoy. It was a decoy.
There's no fraud in that.
Woj bombs are great, but Woj doesn't drop bombs about the Celtics, though, if you notice.
This is his first one of the offseason.
No,
it won't be his last.
The
Won't be his last.
Woj bombs are never like
Was it considered a Woj bomb, though?
He sort of just confirmed
This?
it because
Yeah.
it was initially reported by Mark Stein and Zach Lowe. And those guys obviously are credible sources. I mean, these guys have been around the NBA for quite some time.
I don't know.
Especially when it comes to
read the report. I'll tell you why it's fake.
NBA draft offseason. Is there a part of it that you're not buying? Is that what it is?
All of it. All of it.
All of it.
All right. So Mark Stein tweeted out Friday afternoon that league sources told Zach Lowe and him that the 76ers and the Boston Celtics are in serious trade talks involving the number 1 overall pick. Now, the current parameters would be the Celtics would receive several picks, but no players. So we're talking about Philly's number 3 pick for this year. We're talking about potentially next year. It's not specific, but that's what everyone's alluding to. That's going to be Philadelphia's first-round pick next year and possibly another one. So they're saying it could be 3 picks. My guess is probably going to be, maybe way down the road, 2020 or so. But either way, we're talking about a collection of picks, and we know how Danny Ainge is when it comes to draft picks, man. It's like offering draft picks, future first-round draft picks to Danny Ainge is like offering a 6-year-old a bag of candy. That's how much Danny Ainge loves himself some draft picks, especially
or crackhead, some crack.
Okay, that you can use that one too. All right, yeah, that's valid.
Bob Ryan?
Bob Ryan over here.
Oh, no.
With his,
Guys, they weren't
with his
listening.
great teeth.
People weren't listening to us before the podcast. They have no idea what they're talking about. What you guys are talking about.
Okay, Bob Ryan has crackhead teeth. That's it. That's it. That's all it means.
So we got the Celtics Lakers documentary playing in the background.
I'm not saying that Bob Ryan
that's why this
does
is coming up right now.
crack, but he looks like he could.
All right, you know what?
Or meth.
We'll open things up for Zach Pelican. Zach, when you first heard about this report, I want to hear your initial response. What are your thoughts? What direction do you think Danny Ainge is trying to go in right now?
He's trying to open up a longer window, create that flexibility, keep that flexibility for as long as he possibly can. And when I first heard it, I was like, what the hell's going on here? I can't believe that you finally got that number 1 pick and now you're already talking about ditching it and moving on to something else. But if we've learned anything from Danny Ainge over the last 10 years, it's that he's going to keep all options open and he's going to look to possibly create as much flexibility for as long as he possibly can. And I think with this deal, you're talking about 3 opportunities to be in that top 5 pick range going into next year with the possible unprotected Lakers pick. And then the year after that, the talk is that they would go for the 2019 Kings pick, which we know they're going to be right in that lottery for years and years because nobody over there knows how to build a team. So you're talking about possibly 3 consecutive years where they're going to have an opportunity to get into that top 5 and still be picking there and have picks that are really, really solid assets. So I think it's a pretty good deal.
So is he building for now? Or is he building for the future? Or both? Like, which one is it? Because we don't know exactly who's going to be coming out next year. We don't know if the Celtics are going to be still, in the mix when it comes to trying to make it to the NBA Finals within the next couple of years. And we always talked about on this podcast this window that keeps getting shorter. The window of Isaiah Thomas, the window of Avery Bradley. I mean, I'm not saying these guys are like aging superstars, but let's face it. I mean, a guy like Isaiah Thomas at his size, what he's able to do, what he's the zone that he's in right now, realistically, what, a 3-4 year window? We're talking about him being an elite scorer. I might be stretching it too far by saying 4 years, but let's face it. I mean, for him just to average, 29, 28 points, we have to say to ourselves, it's probably going to be, 2-3 more years? So you want to take advantage of that window. And if we're building for the future, and if that window closes for our, Isaiah Thomas is all of a sudden not an elite scorer, and he's still on this max deal, where does that put the Celtics in terms of trying to finally make it back to the NBA Finals since 2010?
No, I hate this. I hate it for like a bunch of different reasons. I mean, first off, the number 1 pick, you finally get it, and you're just gonna trade it for a future chance at a number 1 pick. We never get the fucking number 1 pick. Draft it. Get the best player in the draft. It's not going to hurt you. Also, my problem is that, and it's like we're building for the future because we're scared of LeBron. Like, we can't get by LeBron, and the Warriors are too good. So you're just gonna scrap what you have and not go after anything. Like, you're not gonna try.
What if it's part of a bigger plan?
So that's my hope. That's what I'm thinking he's trying to do. He's trying to give someone a Godfather offer, whereas it's like, look, you have not only this year's let's say he grabs that number 3 pick, and he's thinking to himself, Danny's like, look, you got the number 3 pick from Philadelphia. You have potentially, I don't know if he's willing to do this. I'm just saying this just to see what kind of package deal you could put together. You can say, or he can say, here's a number 3 pick for Philly. Here's the Brooklyn pick for next year, which we can fairly say is going to be a top 3 pick again, right?
No, so yes, if he's able to do that, and then he gets Anthony Davis or something like that, but what type of player are you going to offer? If this trade goes through as I think it's proposed, where you get Philly's number 3 pick this year, then you have Brooklyn's pick next year, and then either 2018 Lakers unprotected pick or 2019 unprotected Sacramento pick.
Or both. I think that you have to think that that's what Ainge is going
just-
for. He's trying to get all three of those, but yeah.
I just think you're putting yourself. You can't draft all those players, right? So you put yourself in a hole that now. Okay, other teams will say, "Well, great, yeah, no, like you sort of you have too many. Now it loses value, right? Supply and demand, right? So I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's first. All right, first thing first. Let's explore this angle. Let's say he's trying to get a superstar. Let's say that guy is Jimmy Butler.
No, what? No.
Okay, so you're not a big fan of him. All
No,
right.
because this is no. Because this is what I look at it. This is what I look at it as. You could have Markelle Fultz now, the number 1 player in the draft, or you can get Jimmy Butler. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, I'm trying
if
to.
you're doing this,
I'm thinking of all-stars that may be available. And let's face it. I mean, things aren't working out in Chicago, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Butler's available again. But let's not pretend like the Celtics aren't in love with Jimmy Butler.
You can get Jimmy Butler without making this trade, though.
But what about
Can they?
Yes,
they couldn't do it last year. Remember,
they
wanted Avery Bradley and Jay Crowder.
Yes,
and they wanted.
You can do it without giving up this pick.
But what if they get both? What if they get Markelle Fultz still at number 3?
They won't get number 3. They won't get him at number 3.
He'll be gone. He'll be gone.
Yeah, he's not hanging out that long.
No, you're giving up on Markelle Fultz by doing this.
Especially because Magic's in love with him right now.
And I'm
that's a report, but I believe it.
Everybody is down on Fultz, and they're saying, "Oh, there's no clear-cut best player in the draft." Yes, there is. His name is Markelle Fultz. And you know what? If I hear another person say he only won 9 games, fuck you. It doesn't matter. This dude was fucking balling. He can score, he can rebound, he can pass, he can defend. He's 6'4", he's a big point guard. He can run the offense. He's a complete player. Just because Washington was awful as a team, I'm sorry. I don't care about your college record. Your college record means nothing to me. If you're on Kentucky and you have 3 of the top 5 prospects coming in as freshmen and you guys win 9 games, then probably they're not that great. But if you're the only dude in Washington playing in a stack Pac-12, I'm sorry, 9 win. I don't care how many games you win. It's how you play. And obviously I didn't stay up and watch fucking Washington basketball because they sucked, and I'm not really big into college basketball. But I did watch a couple games when I realized Markelle Fultz is the best player, and he's a transcendent player. He's going to be if Markelle Fultz played for Kentucky, everybody would be saying, this is a can't-miss guy. It's because he was out in Washington. Nobody saw him, and they just look at the wins, and they say, oh, he couldn't do anything out there. Didn't even make the tournament, so he probably sucks.
All right, well, who's another superstar that could be available then? If you're throwing Jimmy Butler out the window.
If you're giving up on the number 1 pick, which I still think is stupid, you need to get a top 10 player in the NBA.
Who's that guy, though? That's the thing. Like,
Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis isn't available, man.
But you have to get that's what I'm saying.
Pelicans
if you're going to give up,
are trying to make this thing work between him and Cousins.
But
the only
thing that makes sense is if we get Anthony Davis and you get the Lakers pick, the Sixers pick, and Brooklyn's pick. I mean, potentially 3 high unprotected first-round draft picks. That's the kind of deal you would make for a huge player. You do not do that deal for Jimmy Butler, this player undoubtedly has to put you over the edge, or put you over that. He has to be able to be that transcendent player who's going to push you past because, like you said, there's not a lot of players that come around like that. So if you have the chance to get a number 1 pick in a draft class that has the ability to be that player, or there's a chance he could be that player, I'm sorry. You need to at least get a guaranteed game changer, transcendent franchise player if you're going to give up the number 1 pick. You can't take this lightly.
All right, Zach wants to speak. He's politely raising his hand right now. For
I don't want to hear
I don't
want to hear what Zach has to say. I don't want to hear what Zach has to say. I have a feeling.
I think he wants to politely rebuttal your statement.
Yeah, excuse me. What if
Zach Pelican, Causeway Street Blog?
What if I told you? All right. Just a scenario.
Okay.
They make this trade. They get the 3. they get the 3 pick in the swap. They get this Lakers pick. They get the Kings pick. Now they've got the Brooklyn pick, the Lakers pick, the Kings pick. The 2018, I think they also have the Clippers pick, and then they're also going to have Memphis pick.
They have 2 Memphis picks,
right? Which they're protected, and they've got a little bit going on there. But you're talking about 5 picks that could potentially be in the lottery over the next 2 to 3 drafts.
See, Sean doesn't want to hear that.
No,
He hates the future. But go on.
Actually,
Let me pipe this out.
He's convincing me of something that I think is probably just in my brain. But go ahead.
Let me flush this out here. So let's say they keep the number 3 this year, and then they go to Chicago. They say, okay, well, we want Butler. We're going to give you 3 of those picks over the next 2 or 3 years. And then they go to Indiana, and they say, well, we'll give you the remaining 2 or 3 picks. And they go get Paul George and Jimmy Butler, and they make a selection this year. And on top of all of that, they somehow find a way to match the numbers to be able to go make a signing of some sort. Now you're talking bringing in 3 players, or at least 2, maybe 3.
You can simplify it. You give New Orleans all of your friggin' draft picks for Boogie Cousins and Anthony Davis.
I'll take that all day.
Sean, stop.
There I am. No. Now I've just convinced myself.
Boogie Cousins.
Oh yeah,
and A-Day.
I can convince myself if we include Boogie Cousins in this deal.
Okay, but that's not going to happen. So let's just throw that out the window.
Now, why is that
back to what Zach was saying? But all right, since Zach,
you take Fultz.
You put together.
You take Fultz. You know, you take Fultz. Man.
Hold on a second. So you put together that piece. You broke down the numbers behind it and everything. Is that possible financially? Because you have to give up a lot of guys, right? You'd have to at least give up, what?
The answer is
guys
no.
off the bench.
It's not possible. If you're going to take Paul George's contract, Jimmy Butler's contract, then try to sign Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, to sign Gordon Hayward would be tough.
And then you got 3 wing players. What the fuck are you need?
If the Celtics are going to get Paul George and Jimmy Butler
or Blake Griffin, whatever, right?
Yeah,
who
exactly.
needs Gordon Hayward?
Well, you just draft Fultz. You draft Fultz, man. It just makes sense. It makes sense.
I think what makes the most sense if somehow Danny Ainge can acquire one of those guys. Let's say he does, and then that free agent's thinking to himself like, "Man, this is a no-brainer. I can go to Boston. I can challenge LeBron. I can get myself back to the finals." I'm not a big fan of this, but it looks like the Celtics. I don't know. Maybe it's just all reports. Maybe there's no actual. There's nothing to it. But it looks like they really like Blake Griffin. And maybe they're thinking about, okay, if we can add somebody to the wing or add someone in the backcourt that's going to make this a no-brainer for Blake Griffin to come to Boston, be someone that's in the front court to help Al Horford, then that's it. That's our team. This is our best. This is us taking our best shot at Cleveland.
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. You make yourself, by making that, if you make those trades, right?
Sure.
Paul George is a free agent.
Who could resign here?
Could. Just like Markelle Fultz could be the best player in NBA history.
It's a risk.
Oh, come on.
Could.
Sean, stop it.
Markelle Fultz.
You really like this guy.
There's a good chance that Markelle Fultz last year wouldn't even be picked number 1 overall.
The Celtics aren't like the Blazers here, all right? When it comes to Markelle Fultz. You know
I'm just saying could, right? We're dealing in obviously I don't think he's going to be the best player of all time. Okay. But I'm saying it could, right? So you're putting there's a better chance that Markelle Fultz will be a long-term superstar in this league as the number 1 pick than Paul George re-signing with the Celtics because he's already said he's going to the Lakers.
Yeah, but will he?
But then listen.
I mean, think about it.
No, here's
in
my
my
point,
opinion,
though.
every 4 to 5 years, there's always a bona fide superstar that we all know that's going to be no question be a superstar in this league. Whether we're talking about Anthony Davis, whether we're talking about 10 years ago, it was Kevin Durant. Every 4 or 5 years, there's one of those guys.
But here's my point.
I don't know if Markelle Fultz is that guy. I do think he'll be a great player, but is he going to be a bona fide superstar right off the bat?
Yeah.
Who is Markelle Fultz at his absolute highest potential?
Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose before knee injuries.
He's not that athletic.
Yes.
No. I don't know what tape you're watching, but he is not that type of athlete. You know who he is? He's Eric Gordon without the injuries.
Just because he looks like Eric Gordon doesn't mean he plays like Eric Gordon, bro.
He absolutely does. He's a perimeter shooter.
No, he can get to the he can read.
He can get to the rim. So is he Kyrie?
No.
Kyrie's number 1 selection.
I think he's probably a mix between like a John Wall, a better shooting John Wall. Which I think
better shooting, really.
Yes.
Is he as good a passer as John Wall?
Yes. Yes, I think he's going to be.
Well, but that's why he's going
to be a starting point guard on a team that he will lead and be he's going to be a superstar in the NBA. He will be. And you know what? If it happens in Boston, I'll be a happy guy. But if it doesn't, and then we don't turn these picks, and then you don't get the number 1 pick over the next few couple of years, or you can't trade it, then it's just going to come back and look like an awful move. That's why I think the risk, it's too big of a risk to say a number 1 selection we're going to trade to maybe, worst case scenario, get in the lottery again the next couple of years, right? Mm-hmm. That's the worst case scenario. If you can't trade them, you're in the lottery again. Right, so you're just putting it back up to chance again. I just don't get it.
Is there anybody else other than Fultz that you wouldn't mind the Celtics drafting?
Tatum.
Nah.
No.
I
Nobody
mean,
else.
it's just
Tatum,
it's stupid because
Jackson.
like when you compare them to Fultz, like you had the chance to get Markelle Fultz as #1 pick, so now everyone else is like, okay, yeah, maybe they're not a bad player, but you could have had the best player, right? It's like, oh, you want LeBron James or Andre Iguodala, right? It's like that's sort of what you're dealing with here.
Michael Jordan or Sam Bowie?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
I already got Drexler, so why do I need Michael Jordan for?
It just doesn't make any sense. And plus, if you do this and you do trade those picks, right? Then let's say you go to that scenario where you get Jimmy Butler and Paul George.
Sure.
You're now not as an attractive free agent destination like to build towards the future because you have like the reason why they're attractive free agent destination right now is they're built for the long term. If you then trade it all for a guy who could leave and go to LA, right? Then you put yourself in a hole where you're just, this is what we got now. Now you got Jimmy Butler, Al Horford, 34-year-old Al Horford at that point.
Yeah, but Sean, I think Danny's just going
Isaiah
for it.
Thomas.
Danny is going for it right now. Danny knows that window I mentioned earlier. He knows that.
It can't be.
And if you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, he's not looking to go backwards. He's looking either to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals or go even further.
Which I think you can do by drafting Fultz and signing a free agent. That's the most logical route. You get the best player in the draft. You get the best player in free agency.
Who's the best player in free agency?
I don't know. Gordon Hayward probably.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Gordy.
That's how I feel about it, too. The exact same way Sean just said it. That's how I feel. I'm like,
Yeah, only because Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, they're going to re-sign with the Warriors. Right. Chris Paul's either going to return to the Clippers or probably go to San Antonio.
And
right?
if we draft Fultz, you don't need Chris Paul because we already got Isaiah. You go, I don't know. It just that plan just makes sense to me. Where the other plan is like now you're introducing more risk. You're introducing pushing out the window. You keep pushing it. And this is my big thing is I'm sick of next year. Oh, next year. Wait till next year. Wait, we get the #1 pick. We're going to trade it for more picks next year and the year after that. It's but just fucking make it good now. Just make the team good now. That's all I want.
Yeah, but that's why the draft is so, I don't know, not risky, but it's just you never know with the draft these days. It's not like
you don't know with the draft.
It's like what Sway said. Is Markelle Fultz really that franchise changing player? Like that remains to be seen. You can't say yes. You can't say that.
Yes.
Well, you can, but
right. But I mean, this is
I just feel like Sean. If that was the case, Danny would just do it straight up.
That's the thing.
You wouldn't hear reports of like, oh, should I trade this and try to go another route? Like
Danny
it should be a foregone conclusion that Markelle Fultz is coming to Boston, and that's it.
No, I think Danny, truthfully, right now. And you know what? Maybe I would suck as a GM, and maybe me and Danny are just exact opposites because I always disagree with what he does. But
false.
I think he's overthinking it. I think he's overcomplicating the situation.
Maybe just
I think he's trying to get that solidified star right now, and I think that he knows that this pick doesn't hold that much weight. Let's say a few years ago, Andrew Wiggins. I mean, Andrew Wiggins had more hype or held more weight.
True.
To make a trade for Kevin Love, which at that time, Kevin Love was what? A 24-point,
Kevin Love was
10
a
rebound.
top 10 player in the league.
Top 10 player in the league,
yeah.
exactly.
And
you can't do that with Markelle Fultz. You're not flipping Markelle Fultz for a top 10 player in the league. That's my point.
Yes, but you have the Brooklyn pick next year. So if you really wanted a #1, I don't know. You still don't need this because if they just had the Celtics pick next year and they didn't have a guaranteed top 5 pick of the draft in Brooklyn, then I would get, okay, maybe they don't like Fultz. Maybe they want to get in the lottery for the next few years. Mm-hmm. They got enough fucking picks. But we don't need more picks.
Are they lining up for the move, though? That's what I think it comes down to. Is if you're looking at Ainge and he says that he thinks he can make 2 moves by accumulating a couple more picks, are you willing to do that? That's the thing. Because, I mean, you're a Fultz guy. That's what it comes down to. Is you're a Fultz guy and you believe in him. And, and that's fair. I can't really argue against that.
Right, exactly. So I'm not saying he's a bad player. But I'm just saying, how much weight does he hold when it comes to trying to make a trade?
But
how much weight does he hold when it comes to trying to trade for a superstar straight up? And I feel like Danny's trying to go another route where he's trying to collect a number of picks
or multiple
picks for that big.
I think
player.
It's multiple players because I think at this point Danny Ainge sees he just watched the NBA Finals. We all just watched it. You're not going to get one guy who's going to change the game. You got LeBron James on the Cavaliers. You've got Kyrie Irving on the Cavaliers. That's a very good team. You need 4 stars now.
And you got blown out 4 games in that Eastern Conference Finals. Blown out.
He knows he has to go get more players. And I think, for as good as Markelle Fultz is, if he makes this deal, and then let's also say that this could just be conversational. There's nothing that's in
decoy.
stone right now.
I think it's a decoy.
I mean, as we're talking, we'll have a bullish bomb that says that it happened.
I do think it is. I do think it is a lot of bullshit. Because,
well, there's a report saying that supposedly Markelle Fultz supposed to meet with Philadelphia 76ers this weekend. So.
Sure, which is a thing that people do when they get drafted.
Exactly.
Then they have a top 3 draft pick.
Yeah, right. So it could have been.
I just think.
Except for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, this is my thing. It's like the 76ers. You always hear rumors involving the 76ers because I think they are, I'm going to tell you everything.
Yeah.
Type of franchise.
Loose lip.
We always hear rumors about the Celtics. None of them ever fucking come to pass. Because Danny doesn't fucking say shit to anybody. So I truthfully think they probably had a conversation about this, and then the 76ers were like, Mark, listen to this. This conversation I just had. And he's like, well, can I write about this? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, but Danny never does what everybody expects him to do.
Why do we say that on every show? Not going to do. But no, yes, exactly. He doesn't do what we expect him to do. It's the only thing we expected him to do.
I think he hates that when everyone's like, oh, no, Danny's going to do this.
Was to sign Al Horford. That's the only thing he did.
Danny's like, well, who said I'm going to do that?
Right.
That's how Danny works.
Well, at this point,
he nearly got
Fultz.
Kevin Durant. Let's face it. I think it was close.
He almost did. Kelly Olynyk almost got us Kevin Durant.
Actually, he may have been the reason why he didn't come.
I'll never forget that day. I was on the golf course and I see Tom Brady fucking going to the meeting with Kevin Durant.
Sean was pumped when he was when the Celtics were on the list of teams that he was going to visit. Yeah. Sean was like, "Got him. Here we go. Here we go. He is interested. All it takes for him to be interested." And then so try to think about it from Sean's point of view. So he's already pumped about that. I can imagine when you saw that Tom Brady picture.
I was losing it, dude.
It's done.
Losing it.
Done deal.
But
all problems would have been solved. You got him. You got Al Horford.
No, we would have won the championship this year. I think we could have gotten past LeBron.
Well, I think we could have. Yeah, that team gets past LeBron, but do they get past the Warriors
without Kevin Durant? Yes.
Yeah,
I think so. If Kevin Durant plays like he did on the Warriors against the Warriors, we would have won.
Well, we put it that way, but I don't know.
It's fucking. It's fucking alternate universe we're playing.
What we love to do on the Causeway Street podcast: play the what if game.
Who wins the MVP? I'm just kidding. All right. Anyways,
Isaiah.
Let's switch gears a bit. Isaiah gets it.
Isaiah's putting up 50.
Him and Curry go at it. Imagine they start pushing.
That would have been a great finals. That would have been a great finals.
It could still happen. It can still happen. Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics in the finals, but who is along
this side? Is the plan.
Who is on the ride with Isaiah Thomas? Because this team is not going to be good enough to reach.
Here's the plan: trade this year's pick and next year's pick for Boogie Cousins. No, I'm just kidding.
Was it 2013 again? Jeez.
Oh, man. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the hell happens out of this. But I just think we're overcomplicating the whole situation. But I don't know. What else we got to talk about today so I don't punch my friggin' fist through the table?
You really love Markelle Fultz. All right, let's get into the NBA Finals. Of course, it's sort of old news at this point, but
Oh, when's that?
Golden State. They had a little parade and whatnot. Draymond Green had that interesting T-shirt. What do you guys think about that?
I thought it was stupid as fuck.
I think it's dumb. Well, not dumb,
no,
but I hate the. I kind of hate the. I kind of wish he wasn't best friends or whatever, or so friendly with LeBron James. It would have been 10 times better if he was just like giving it to LeBron. Yeah. But it's almost as if like they're just like messing with each other. It's just like it takes the fun out.
No, I think it was fucked up that he
you didn't get it.
I didn't get it. What was it? What was it?
All right. First of all, it was
a quick series.
It was a quickie, but they used a cue from the Quickens Loan.
Yeah, I got
Quickens Loans Arena.
He's like, I know that part.
What's quickie have to do with anything?
Well,
I think he's inferring that he
that they have
had sex very quickly with a woman.
A man-to-man relationship going on there.
Maybe he's like, hey, got a quickie after the game. That's it. Me and LeBron.
That's like when David West and Tristan Thompson.
All right. Well, there we go.
That would be a quickie.
That's a quickie.
That would be a quickie.
When they touch each other's lips.
They got pretty friendly with each other. There.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
No, I think going back to.
Hey, easy over there, honey.
Going back to what Sway said about Draymond and LeBron being friends. Why would you admit to that?
Yeah.
It's like we just saw the 30 for 30 between the Lakers and the Celtics. I mean,
they fucking hated each other.
But Magic never said outside the game, we're great friends.
Right.
They never said that. They never admitted that until after they retired. They're like, yeah, we love each other.
Yep.
Like how much better would that LeBron post would have been when he actually made that joke about the quickie things? Oh, you know. He made that the sexual reference. How much better would it have been if he was just like taking a shot at Draymond and they really didn't like each other?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean? Like, that's the way it used to be. Like you said, like the 30 for 30. Like Paul Pierce has been talking about every single time, pretty much since he been on ABC, how the game is just so different now. How everyone is friends and man, these guys just beat you, almost swept the Cavaliers, swept you out of the finals, and you guys are like playfully going back and forth on social media.
It's like MJ and Oakley back in the day.
Yeah,
Pat Riley was like, oh, he gets them all drunk the night before the games, and then MJ comes into the Garden and shits on us.
Yeah, because MJ could play hungover. That's why, and they couldn't.
Yeah,
and they couldn't. Anyways, though, all right. So LeBron James, of course, is back to the drawing board for him and the Cavaliers. You have Kevin Love, who I'm predicting is not going to be a Cavalier at least. I don't know, midway through the season.
Wait, where's he going? What are they doing with?
They have to trade him. They have to fix that team. They have to fix the cap. They have a lot of work to do.
How do they trade Kevin Love and get better? I don't get that theory.
I got one for you.
Paul George.
You're gonna trade Kevin Love for Paul George?
Too mainstream.
Try
this one out. Can you move Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson and maybe Shumpert or J.R. Smith and go get Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony?
No.
They want to do that?
What if I told you that would make them worse?
Yeah, that would make them worse.
No.
Zinger and Melo?
First of all,
that
wouldn't make them worse. Second of all, you are not flipping that Tristan Thompson deal. You shot yourself in the foot by signing him to that deal, and no one's going to acquire a Tristan Thompson who he's so limited offensively that in today's NBA he's just
and he's dating a Kardashian. You can't.
No one wants to deal with that shit. That too. No, but no. In all seriousness, like he's so offensively limited that it's just not worth it at this point. You know, you'd rather go for a younger guy who you can trade for that has like a $6 million, $7 million deal on his hand. Whereas Tristan Thompson, you're stuck paying this guy for what, $17 million? I mean,
it's actually not a bad deal in today's NBA, though.
Keeps going up.
It's not a bad deal in today's NBA.
For Tristan Thompson?
Yeah, but you make
if he was a free agent right now,
he grabs 10 boards and scores what?
If he was
6?
Nope. If he was a free agent, he'd make 20. He'd make 20 easy.
Last year he would have. Well, last year he made 17.
Yeah. What's the difference?
I don't think he would.
No, they didn't. They signed him
because the cap.
They didn't sign him last year. That was the year before, wasn't it? It was before the cap went up.
I thought it was the end of last year.
No,
it was before the cap went up.
No, it was the year that they lost. That's what they
okay. Well,
yeah.
Okay, so last year
and they took him off the website because they couldn't come to a deal.
Yeah, I'm saying if he's making actually that deal, I don't think it's that bad, especially when contracts keep going up.
It's like $80 million.
That's not bad, man.
I'd rather have Evan Turner.
That's not bad.
I would take Evan Turner to 17 million.
Evan Turner got
That's what I'm saying. He makes the same.
$77 million, dude.
Well, he makes the same. I think I'd rather have Evan Turner.
It's going to even out over the next 2 years.
Are you guys?
But not for this team. Just in general, like overall. I think Tristan Thompson is going to give you more production.
Did you see Evan Turner play? He didn't play very well this year, man.
Yeah, well, Portland didn't play very well at all.
Well,
overall,
they made the playoffs.
Anyways, getting into Tristan Thompson's contract. It's not that wasn't my plan. My point is, how are they going to do it? I don't see that as a
going back to Zach's proposal.
The next proposal
that makes Cleveland worse because you take away rebounding.
Yes.
Zinger or Melo don't rebound.
No, Zinger can rebound.
No,
I think
better than Tristan.
He's 13 feet
Here's
tall.
my thing. Here's my thing. Is that
rebound?
If you get
all right, let me ask you guys this then: who rebounds for the Warriors? Who needs a rebound in today's NBA?
Hell yeah!
You need a rebounder. You need a rebounder. Draymond Green rebounds for the Warriors, but he eats up rebounds.
He's 6'8".
But he eats up rebounds.
Can pull down rebounds.
Okay, all right, that's a fair point.
No, but that's not his job. That's not his job.
Okay. Well, you're not gonna be able to flip Tristan Thompson, so that's your rebounder. That's all you really need in today's NBA. You need one guy to grab 8 rebounds a night.
If you lose Kevin Love, I don't think that's a huge blow to the team. But if you could have packaged him with a couple other pieces that are role players on the team,
and Love to rebound.
For Kristaps Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony,
Love was a double-digit rebounder as well.
I just don't know. I just think Love
Porzingis for Kevin Love. You're telling me that you're not getting better by doing that?
I think Love is still a good player in the NBA, but he sucks on the Cavs. He just doesn't fit that system.
Yeah, but he's putting up a good case for himself in this past playoffs. You know, right now would be
against Boston.
Well, yeah, except for the finals. But right now would be the best time in the finals. Right now would be the best time to deal him. He was off in Game 5. Man. He was he wasn't even there.
I'm disappointed with these finals, not because it didn't come out the way I predicted, but
I think that's why you're disappointed.
No, but I'm just saying. But overall, we said that we was going to be like one of the greatest finals. Was it really one of the greatest finals? One of the worst, in my opinion.
Agreed.
You had 4 blowout games.
Made you realize that the NBA has a big problem.
It does.
Yes,
it does. You're right. That's probably another reason why.
Like,
even though it's one of the most watched since Jordan's Bulls in the late '90s.
But those even most of those.
But that's what the NBA cares about, though, right?
Yeah. 6
as long as they're getting their ratings.
Those are 6 games, but those are hard-fought games that were like in the '80s and '90s, not 130, 140 points a game.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but the ratings is what the NBA really cares about. And let me.
No, you're right. It's a business at the end of the day. But
I'm starting to realize, or I'm starting to think to myself, within
product.
the next like 7 or 8 years, teams gonna have to close up shop. I mean, there's so many teams that just have no chance of even getting that far.
No,
I'm serious, man. Like
it's gonna go back to
it's like 30 teams. It's just too much. It's gonna be so bad.
Going back to the Russell days of
yeah,
like 10 teams.
It's gonna be like 8 teams.
Like, put it this way: the next generation of superstars, they're gonna start teaming up. Also,
that's the problem. And
then
that's what
other teams are gonna be.
That's the question.
So
are gonna be out of it.
So you're gonna do the MLS style and just like the top 8 teams go to the playoffs?
No, I'm just saying.
Regardless of conference?
No, they're not gonna close shop. But I mean, I'm saying.
I'm calling it right now.
This is the problem with the NBA.
By 2027, teams will be closing up shop.
Adam Silver.
Remember this.
If it keeps up this way, maybe because
it's gonna keep
Adam
up this way.
Silver
What's
has
gonna
to
change
do
it?
something
but the
about
ratings
the
stay
Warrior
the same.
situation.
No, man.
They have to do
No.
something. No, because the no. Listen.
Everybody's got to catch up to them.
You can't start vetoing trades and
Stop.
trying to stop.
Stop. It's stupid.
Franchises
No one's going to be
from
able to
doing
catch
what
up
they wanna do.
to the Warriors. If the Warriors wanted to keep this core intact and they all agree we're going to do it, you're not going to touch them. And guess what? The ratings are great this year because everyone wanted to see the first time. If they do the same thing next year, and then the following year, no one's gonna watch that shit. So you can't have that. You can't have that. You can't.
That's why the Celtics want to get good now. That's the whole preface of our earlier conversation. That Danny's like, yo, why are we waiting? Like you said before we got on the air, why are teams waiting? Oh, LeBron's gonna eventually fall off a cliff or whatever. So it's like get
like by
better
then
now.
Isaiah's gonna be 33.
Yeah, get better now.
All right. Is LeBron going to leave Cleveland? That's the big question.
I doubt it.
Yes.
No. Maybe.
Does he do it next summer?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where would he go?
Let's just say he'd go to Sacramento.
Phoenix.
No, I don't.
Save one of those teams is going to close up shop.
Truthfully, you can't predict anything with LeBron, dude. He's a fucking psychopath, man. He'll fucking do whatever the fuck he wants to do anytime.
Psychopath.
He is. He's a fucking.
Well, he's bald now.
Yeah,
finally.
He's a bald. He's a prematurely balding.
He cut his hair.
Asshole.
Yeah, shaved his head.
No, but he just does.
He came on home.
Show me a picture right now.
I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, it sent it to the group text. Yeah, thanks.
Checking my phone right now.
Oh, but LeBron though, I think you can't predict where the hell he's gonna go because is he content? Like, is he sick of just keep going to the finals?
He doesn't give a shit. He's just whatever.
He's already said he has nothing to prove. So
not only that, but it's just basketball, right?
Does he? Oh, yeah, it's just basketball. When they lose, it's just basketball.
At the end of the day, it's just
basketball. He said he has nothing to.
No.
He has nothing to to hold his head down because he did all he could.
He's got Nick Wright in his hype team. So
reason number 1,000.
He's never been a part of a super team.
Reason number 1,000 why I hate LeBron James. It's only basketball when he loses, but when he wins. This is life and death, man. It's out there. We're fighting every.
I gave this my all. Like remember after the last championship, I gave it my all.
I'm chasing that number 23 ghost.
Yeah,
I live for this.
Right,
douchebag.
Well, no, just that interview after he won. He's like, I gave it my all. I do this every day. This means everything to me. And then when he loses, it's just basketball.
He's like, I'm not the GM of this team. I didn't give fucking Tristan Thompson $82 million.
Then he loses. Yes, he is the GM of the team. He calls.
He's like, I didn't give J.R. Smith $60 million. No, I didn't do that.
Don't act like everything doesn't have to run through you. Everything has to run. It usually goes up the chain GM, owner, and it stops there.
That's why he left
and
Miami.
And then owner has to go to LeBron and be like, LeBron, is this okay?
Yeah, no, that's why he left Miami because Pat Riley was like, I'm not gonna cave into your demands.
Right.
Go kick rocks somewhere else. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll go back to Cleveland. Yeah. They listen to everything I say.
But what about the LA talk? Like, is that a real possibility? Is Magic Johnson gonna really convince him to come?
Of course.
I don't see how he would go to LA. LA doesn't have anything for him out there.
No.
Bunch of young players sitting there for him to just show up and
They're
be the
not
star.
Good young players.
Nope.
All right. Well, you know what? We've talked way too much about LeBron James.
Yeah, good point.
All right.
Well, we really haven't, but
No, I just don't want to talk about him, man. He lost. He lost.
He's
We
a
shouldn't be talking
loser.
about him.
Well, is he gonna go to LA or what?
No.
All right.
You know who will?
I think he will.
You know who will
oh,
go to?
you know what else I want to say about Cleveland? Kyrie was playing injured again. How long before like Kyrie starts to break down some more? Is he like the next like Derrick Rose?
Oh, well, he's like 80-something years old.
He's got bad knees.
No, Kyrie. I think will be.
The best slash in the game has bad knees.
Uncle
I'm
Drew.
saying it.
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew.
game-
Uncle Drew is going to actually become Uncle Drew.
So I guess.
Joe, just in case you didn't know, the game is all about buckets. So
then that's what you're talking about. Then the main
This
question
game
is.
always has and always will be about buckets. Yo, shout out to Bill Russell getting in that little spot in that commercial. That was awesome.
Which
He's
is
like-
kind of weird coming from him because, I mean, didn't
Yeah.
he just rebound? That was like
Yeah,
it.
he averaged like 12
Rebound
points.
and block shots. I think he averaged more blocks than points in his career.
What was the stat that they had in the 30 for 30? He had a 30 and 40 game.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
And then you heard the commentator. He goes,
Like, literally
Bill Russell
every
had
shot.
30 points and 40 rebounds. You heard it right. 40 rebounds. I was like, yeah,
That was dying. You heard it right. 40 rebounds.
All right, so the big
There
question
were games
is,
where the Celtics didn't even grab 40 rebounds as a team.
yo, that was like every game this year. They
Yeah.
barely cracked 40
I
rebounds.
think that was the Eastern Conference Finals.
But Wilt, though?
Wilt?
Averaging 50 points for a season?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Damn.
I think it's more about the women with Wilt, though.
Yeah.
That's more
I
impressive.
don't know how many women he averaged on a nightly basis.
Oh, he scored.
Yeah.
All right, let's close out the LeBron conversation on this. If sorry,
Hold on. I want to say one thing.
All right.
The question about LeBron is that he will leave Cleveland if he does look at it, like Joel just said, and he said, this team isn't what I thought it would be.
Well, they're not.
We're not
caving
there.
to my demands.
No,
anymore.
like he just sees Kevin Love and he's like, I don't think I can get more out of him. And he sees Kyrie Irving, he says,
He reached the ceiling.
yeah, I just don't know, and I don't think they can add more pieces. They've already really gone all in on this actual. So
Money-wise, yeah.
LeBron, the asshole that he is,
The ultimate
will
ring
make
chaser.
all of this happen, right?
The
Make
guy-
him spend
the guy
all
that
the
doesn't
money.
create super teams, he says.
Make him spend all this money, and then when it's not
He
working,
didn't start it.
he's one of those dudes that's just like,
I'm taking my ball. I'm going
out.
home.
I'll go play over here. I'll make a fresh start out in LA, and I'll make them do everything I want out there now.
Yeah, but
right?
see, I hate the narrative that like, oh, he doesn't owe them anything. He got them their title. He fulfilled his promise. I'm like, yeah, but it's still a douchey move. Like, to just bounce on your city again.
There's no other player.
You just said douchey move and LeBron in the same sentence. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
There's no other.
You open up a dictionary right now. Oh, LeBron James douchey. Yeah.
With the bald head.
Yeah, with the ball head. I live for this. Shut the fuck up.
There's no other player in NBA history.
It's just basketball.
That in the middle of the finals, before they lose, that everyone's like, yeah, I think LeBron might be leaving Cleveland soon.
right.
Or who else could they trade to make them better in the middle of the finals? Not like waiting until after they lose.
Making
Talk about
excuses.
this.
Making
Make
excuses.
Exactly.
Like, oh, their team-
Make excuses.
they didn't
Nick
put
Wright.
enough-
Where's Nick Wright been?
They didn't put enough about.
Where the fuck has he been?
They didn't put enough about LeBron.
What happened,
He's
Nick?
been a little too quiet. This last couple days.
What happened, Nick? What's going on?
Oh, it wasn't him. He averaged a triple double.
Hashtag not my goat.
All right, what we got?
Oh man! All right, Joel. Let's wrap this one up. Let's get into in case you missed it, the way we end every single podcast here at Causeway Street. We take a trip around the NBA, and Joel reads off a few headlines. Joel, what we got?
In case you missed it.
In case you missed it,
The Celtics might trade.
Markelle Fultz worked out with the Lakers.
Okay.
Right? If you've seen the pictures floating around on social media, he looks like the most unhappiest person during these workouts with the Laker gear and everything like that. He looks fucking heated. Like, no, I don't even want to be here.
He's like, I'm a Celtic.
I'm not
Okay?
going number 2.
Okay,
This
even
is not
Magic Johnson's trying to like hype him up and like, hey, bro, you're working out for the Lakers. He's like, fuck the Lakers.
He's like, I was just sitting on Bill Russell's car. I want to be a Celtic.
No, it was Red Auerbach.
Excuse me, Red Auerbach. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Red Auerbach's Mercedes with the Celtics fucking
Speaking of
plates.
the draft, did you guys see that Foot Locker Father's Day commercial with
Oh
Lonzo
my
Ball?
God, that was
That's pretty funny.
That shit was funny.
That's pretty
How do you
funny.
not love Lonzo a little bit after that? Come on now.
I think he's still an asshole. He's going to be a bust in the NBA. But
He's
I
not
mean,
an asshole.
It
His
was
father's
funny.
an asshole.
Yes.
But
His
that's a
father's
great
an
PR
asshole.
move, though. It's a great PR move.
He needs to separate. He needs to separate.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
He's still going to be a bust, though. I think he just actually sucks as a basketball player.
It's funny you said that because prior reports
He's just
to-
actually a terrible human being.
prior reports to Fultz working out with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Lakers weren't happy with Ball's workouts.
No, he told the guy.
They're saying like he's overweight.
Yes, and he said to the guy, he's like, man, you guys really work out pretty hard in here, huh? After he was like throwing up in a bucket in the corner, dude.
The guys are like, yeah, dude.
It's the fucking NBA,
It's
bro.
the NBA, man. Welcome.
Saying that he's overweight.
Which is weird.
Conditioning overall was awful. And it doesn't look like the Lakers are really high on Lonzo Ball. So my question to you guys, if Markelle Fultz, let's say this because I know I don't want Ducha to get upset. Markelle Fultz gets drafted by the Celtics.
Thanks for caring about my feelings.
Who's number 2 if the Lakers don't get or don't want to bother with the Ball family?
Probably Tatum.
Okay.
I'll take Josh Jackson.
Am I crazy in thinking that I think Tatum might be better than Jackson?
Yeah, me too. I like Tatum better than Jackson.
It's not crazy.
I think Jackson's a little
Jackson's
limited
a little,
offensively.
Jackson's
He's going to be a great defender, I think.
I
But
think he's too raw. I think he reminds me a lot of Michael Kidd, Gilchrist, that type of like.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Between the two, right? And correct me if I'm wrong here, but Jackson's supposed to be the more NBA ready than Tatum, right?
I think it's on a physical level though.
Yeah.
Because I look at Josh Jackson, I think Draymond Green. Honestly,
Really?
that's the thing. 6'8", great body, strong, can pass the ball well, can handle the ball well.
But
and
does
a
he
guy
have
that
buck teeth though?
No, but
Does he lift that leg,
He has
though?
a
Kick people in the nuts?
fantastic fro. His
I
fro
gotta
is-
tell you something about Draymond's looks. Hold on. I don't know.
Oh,
So
Shrek?
my girlfriend watches The Bachelorette, right? And it's like the first black,
You watch it too, don't?
the first black Bachelorette, like whatever. And
It only took 10 years for that?
yeah, but there's mad like dudes like that are there that are black, and there's this one dude.
He's like a couple black dudes.
There's this one dude.
He's like, some are attractive.
There's this one dude that just looks exactly like Draymond fucking Green, bro.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
And like he like will walk in and he'll be like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "Yo, Draymond Green, what the fuck is doing on The Bachelor, man?" I'm telling you, you gotta watch that shit. I mean, I don't really watch it.
No, you watch it, man. You just put it out there.
The girl can sort of get it though. She can get it.
Well, I'm sure she can, but you watch The Bachelorette.
Do I? What just happened?
You
Did
just
I say
admitted
that out loud?
You just admitted to it.
Nah, man, you gotta watch this guy because he's mad cheesy too. He'll like sit there in the corner and be like just make a weird face, like Draymond Green.
Draymond makes that noise?
like Draymond Green on the bench, like yeah, man. I don't know.
He's like, I didn't mean to kick him in the nuts. Grr.
All right, Joe, what else did we miss? I think that was one. What's the next one?
Yeah, it's like a little mixture of 1 and 2. In case you missed it, Kevin Durant
Okay.
wins his first MVP
Got
of
slapped
the
by his
finals.
mama.
Now that he's won his championship and he went to fucking Golden State, does he now not become public enemy number 1 in the league?
Real quick, did you guys see the Rihanna tweet?
No, that was great.
No,
The prostitute.
He goes, yeah.
Winning.
What the hell, bro? Let me say it, man.
you stepping on his jokes, bro?
You just told.
You trying to
No,
step on
he
my
said-
boy's
he said
jokes,
you
my man?
All right, whatever. I guess you guys saw it.
Continue though. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? You haven't seen it? Sean's seen it?
Kevin Durant winning
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Kevin Durant winning his first championship is like a virgin sleeping with a hooker.
Nah, man.
Losing it for
You fucked it up.
I did it.
Kevin Durant winning his first championship with the Warriors is like a virgin.
Having sex for the first time with a hooker.
Yes.
Gotcha. I like it.
Yeah.
Reason number 5,000.
I really thought that's
I
gonna
would
go on
rather
better.
marry Rihanna than Beyonce.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That witty humor, you know, just love it. Love it.
So then, what do you think?
there's so
Is he,
much
is
to be
he
said.
no more hate for Durant after this?
No, Durant's gonna be hated. He's gonna be hated. He made that move. Until he leaves the Warriors, he's gonna be hated.
Nah, I don't agree with
But
that.
you-
Are you
but-
kidding me?
but you-
LeBron
did you expect him
LeBron
to-
got hate for like a year and a half after he went to Miami. Everyone forgot what he
Oh,
did.
especially because they lost that first
And he
year,
became fucking the number one whatever, like
People will
the
hate-
most one of the most beloved athletes in all of sports.
People will hate
Even
Kevin
with the
Durant.
Miami Heat.
People will hate Kevin Durant if this gets out of hand, and they just win and they sweep and they win and they sweep and it gets out of hand, and people will hate Kevin Durant.
But shouldn't this thing be
I don't
taken
agree.
away a little bit because he won, he performed, not like LeBron in the first year where he got shitted on by the Mavericks and he didn't do anything.
It's one of the worst championship teams in the last like 20 years, by the way. The Mavericks.
The 2011 Mavericks.
Yeah. I mean, I
feel like
give him credit for
we
knocking
talk
off the
about
Heat.
that team
but-
a ton on this fucking podcast.
well, make sure people don't forget
Yep, make sure
that
people
he
don't
lost to
forget.
that team. He lost to that team, and I don't think this Cavaliers team would have lost to that team.
I think Durant is not as douchey as LeBron, and I think he's more humble, and he doesn't take for granted the moment.
Well, I think Durant.
It's very hard to be more douchey than LeBron. So
I don't
I agree with you
think-
there,
I
but
don't think
still,
I don't think it's that hard.
Well, I
to be
think
more douchey than
I don't
LeBron.
think it's that hard.
Well, the thing about Durant, though, I feel like
a big douche.
he doesn't care as much as LeBron does when it comes to being liked.
Yeah.
Right.
LeBron cares a lot about being liked.
I mean, Durant embraced that villain role and was like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I'm going to win this title and cash my checks. Fuck it.
Wait, LeBron or Durant?
Durant,
right.
Durant doesn't care about
that
being a heel.
first. Do you remember that first, like, what, 4 months or whatever it was in the beginning of the season when when he was a Heat?
Yeah.
They were like a 500 team.
He was like depressed.
Yeah.
It was 500 teams. Celtics blew him out in the first meeting.
Great game.
and,
Great fucking game.
You got to start a team right now. You're taking Kevin Durant or LeBron James?
And LeBron took him a while to get used to that villain role.
KD.
Durant.
KD right now.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, I take Durant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would take LeBron?
No,
Coming
it's
down,
awesome.
popping
I never
threes.
thought you guys would agree with me.
Coming down, popping threes like that.
right.
LeBron can't do that.
Durant.
If Paul Pierce
Durant-
listens to this, he's smiling right now.
Durant over LeBron. All right.
Durant put that little. Paul put that little nugget in everybody's head. Like, is Durant the best player in the world?
But I love how Paul said it too, though, because he was like, well, he didn't say it right then and there, but he said it. I think it was on the jump, and he was like, "Look, that's eventually gonna happen with whether it's next year or 2 years from now. I'm just the first one who said it, and it's like, it's
Well,
true.
this is- yeah, but
no
this is-
one even thought to say that.
Yeah, this is the first time where people are considering it. You know what I'm saying? So that's always interesting because when you look back, when people, especially LeBron fans who are like, oh, he's been the best player in the league for X amount of years, and it's like, well, when did that happen though? People, you start thinking,
Yeah.
when the change in the guard happen? When did that go from Kobe to LeBron?
Yeah,
It happens quick.
And it happens quick. You don't realize it. Like, I don't think no one expected LeBron in year 14 to average a triple-double in the fucking finals.
Well, even in 2010, people, especially diehard Lakers fans, they were like, Kobe's still the best in this league.
Yeah.
When we knew eventually LeBron's gonna be the best player in this league, but that conversation never came up with Kevin Durant. No one ever said that. Even
He was always number two. He was always number two, and that was it.
right. Even when he made the decision to go to Golden State, no one said like, "Oh, he may be the best player in the league after this point." And then Paul Pierce says, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Yeah, this is inevitable. We all knew that, but no one said that before."
One other thing too that I think you could see as getting off to Kevin Durant versus LeBron James, since we all agree on that. But what is Klay Thompson's future in Golden State? Is he going to be the piece that's going to be leaving?
He's
because
fine.
Like think about it, like
he's the odd man out.
he's the odd man out. Like if they really wanted to, have some more cap space and some type of flexibility.
You mean JaVale McGee's not enough for you?
I mean, yeah, if they want to actually sign Klay, they could get.
You mean Zaza's not enough for you either?
I don't know. Klay Thompson could be the guy that goes, and that's just someone to keep an eye on.
Well, I mean, the Celtics, they can be knocking on that door all they want, but I don't see it happening within the next, I don't know, what, 2 more years probably? But eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so the Warriors,
Durant and Curry have to sign this year.
So the Warriors have how many years to stay like this?
2.
What? I mean,
To stay dominant like this?
to-
To stay dominant or to stay with this core?
To stay with this core.
This core, I meant to say. Yeah.
well, because Klay has
they'll be
what? How
dominant
many,
for a while.
how many years on the deal? 2 left. So I don't know if you want to.
Draymond's got 2 as well.
And Steph, by the way, played the way he should have played the last 2 finals.
Right. So you're
Which
gonna
I didn't see that one
sign.
coming.
You're gonna sign Steph to a max deal. You're gonna sign Durant to a max deal.
Reports out there that he's going to make at least $200 million the next 5 years.
Yes,
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot, and you know what? They have to do it. So that way, Klay's going to be gone. I think there's not enough talk about how Klay's going to be gone.
And Durant's going to take, quote unquote, less money so they can re-sign Iguodala as well.
No, he's not.
Iguodala's going to play till he's like 44.
Seriously.
That's the only team he can play for, anyways. Where else can Iguodala play?
The Celtics.
Fucking come off the bench and score 20 points in the deciding game. No one saw that one coming. He had 5 dunks. 5 dunks. He hasn't had 5 dunks all year.
5. How many dunks he had? 5.
5 fucking dunks.
Can't believe it.
What the fuck?
All right, what else we missed?
All right, in case you missed it, we brought up a little bit about the 30 for 30 of the Lakers and the Celtics rivalry from the 80s. I thought it was going to be about the whole rivalry, throughout the last 40 years.
Yeah, they left out a chapter.
What's up with not talking about 2008 and 2010?
It's fucked up. It's what it's about.
I mean, you got 3 parts. Let's make a 4th. Let's talk about what Danny Ainge did and bringing the big 3 together.
Yeah, I mean, there's
to the
plenty of
final,
storylines
Taking
there.
down, Kobe Bryant,
How
Paul
about,
Gasol.
how about when Kobe said he wanted to be traded? He asked to be traded right before the 2008 season.
Right.
And then they ended up trading Marc Gasol for Pau Gasol.
There's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff you could have worked with there. But you know what?
2 finals in 3 years?
I think eventually that's going to happen. It has to.
It should have been 3. Right?
Should have been 3, yeah. 2009. Yeah.
Mad stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even if they didn't have their
Lakers
own
shat on
episode,
the-
they could have had at least a half hour dedicated.
Yeah, the Lakers just shat all over fucking Orlando in 2009. That should have been That should have been part 2 of that rivalry.
Well, yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting like at least like the last half hour of part 3 just to talk about those 2 meetings.
10-second mention.
And talk about how Pearson and Kobe are done now, and this new generation of Celtics and Lakers are going to try to rebuild. Like I anticipated that because they said Celtics Lakers rivalry. I thought it was going to be the
something
entire,
in there.
Right, there's a final chapter they left out, but you know what? We'll see what 30 for 30 does because I'm sure it's going to happen sooner or later. They're going to have to talk about what Danny Ainge did in the rebuild and Kevin Garnett coming to Boston.
What if I told you?
What if I told you that Donnie Wahlberg was not the first choice? No.
What if I told you that?
I could have gone without him.
No. I could have done without Ice Cube and Donnie Wahlberg.
What's wrong with Ice Cube?
It just was like I first off, Ice Cube
still speaks like that, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, Donnie was like forcing the fucking Boston accent, man.
Donnie hasn't said like wicked in like 30 years.
I didn't need Ice Cube to be the narrator. I didn't need Donnie Wahlberg to be the narrator. I thought it was stupid.
It was time to potty.
It was corny. It was
Garden
dumb.
style.
Yeah, exactly. And then Ice Cube's like, yeah, the only thing we cared about was keeping your ride clear and like and beating the Lakers. And
what cracked me up was when they were talking about like the 60s and 70s, and he's like, and we were mad because Jerry West couldn't get over that hump. It's like, dude, you weren't watching these games.
You weren't alive.
You were not born.
You were either a toddler or not even thought of yet.
They should have just had a regular the 30 for 30 narrator just narrate the fucking shit, man. It just threw me off when I first listened to it. And I was like,
it threw me
I'm
off.
gonna have to listen to Ice Cube and Donnie Wahlberg for 4 hours, bro.
Donnie killed him more than Ice Cube though.
Ice Cube killed it for me.
It threw me off
and
at
Donnie
first.
Wahlberg. I thought it was stupid.
It threw me off at first, but then you got used to it. I don't know.
Couldn't even get Mark.
Going back to the parquet. I'm like, why are you talking like that? You don't speak like that anymore.
It's like, can we get Joel mentioned that, like, can we get some Ben
I
Affleck?
know, right? Can we get
some Casey?
Who's
Matt
the
Damon?
Who's the guy?
Matt Damon?
Who's the
Casey
guy from
Affleck?
Rescue Me?
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. I would
Leary.
appreciate
Yeah.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, Dennis Leary would have been good. Yeah, that's true.
Fucking Bill Simmons.
Fucking Bill Burr. Fuck it.
Bill Burr.
Have Bill Burr do it. That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious.
Bill Burr. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys watch it. F is for Family. Great show. You guys should watch it, man. It's on Netflix.
Never seen it.
And of course you haven't.
Sorry.
Just in case you missed it, it's brought to you by.
Waiting for my royalty check.
Oh,
man.
that's right. Sorry, he's on strike now.
Once after Nick told you he likes it, he's like, oh, I start getting paid for this now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this.
That
Nick,
check's got to be coming through.
Nick, I hear you coming down to Boston. I think
Yes,
Sean's gonna
sir.
pay you a visit at some point.
Meet me at the recording studio.
Also, in case you missed it, man, draft party, live broadcast. I know Sean's not pumped about it anymore, probably because of
I'm
the Markelle
fucking
Fultz
pumped.
situation. But
Hell yeah.
we're going to be at the greatest bar, so you guys have to come down, party with us, of course. Yeah, man, before and after, we have an autographed basketball from Isaiah Thomas that we're giving away, our grand prize. All you got to do is show up, sign up, and we'll be raffling it off. So, yeah, come to the greatest bar. Second floor.
Woo!
Live broadcast. Everyone you hear tonight
Steps
will be
away
there.
from the garden.
Yeah.
We got Zach Pelican's going to be there, Joel, myself included, Sean. Come on down, meet us, shoot the shit with us. We got
I'll buy you a beer.
Titletown Apparel is going to be giving away some shirts there, so you don't
What
want
up,
to miss
Alan?
that. Yeah, what up, Alan? It'll be good to catch up with Alan. I haven't seen Alan since what?
Since the
The
playoffs.
last playoff run. Not even this
2016.
one. 2016 playoff.
Yeah. I'm amped, dude. I love doing the live shows. Meeting some of the fans, listeners.
I love the fact that Alan got Chuck to grab his sack in front of him and tell him to go suck on this. I don't know if you've seen that video.
I have not.
Yeah, he was calling out Chuck, saying that like, oh, my wife has more rings.
Oh,
than
that
you
was
do.
him?
That
Oh,
was
he
him.
did that?
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh yeah, well, how about you suck on this? And Alan was like, yeah.
I will.
He's like, whip it out.
Right now? Right here? Oh, let me get around. I'll be right over.
At the garden? Yeah.
About the potty, God style.
God style.
Right on the parquet? Right on the parquet?
Is that right, Donnie?
No.
God style.
Oh, by the
So
way,
yeah, check us out, man. Come down to the greatest bar and
I'm pumped,
to the
man.
greatest bar and
Greatest bad, dude. It's
get
right
some
in the
beers.
parquet, yeah.
Grab some beers, kid.
Get some buckets.
Get some Miller Lights.
Bucket of beers.
Some blue ribbon, kid. We good.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Word.
I'm pumped, man.
Me too.
Isaiah Thomas signed this ball. It was him. I synced it.
I did it.
So we got plenty of prizes to give away.
Pistons
I
Isaiah
signed the
Thomas,
ball,
or-
guys. I signed the ball. Just kidding. It's authenticated and everything.
Shut up, kid.
So since Sean doesn't want to do the jingle, I still have to.
CLNS.
Oh, there you go. Make sure you
When
download.
you want the best.
Make sure you
It sounds
download
like
their
another-
mobile app.
It sounds like another version. It sounds like when you go to YouTube, you want to hear a new song, and they like make a new version of it for
No,
copyright
it
reasons.
sounds like the new
It's
like
gonna
Water
sound
Country song. You ever heard the new one?
What? Oh, there's a new one.
It's a new one. It's like all quick and weird. Just
That's
weird.
fucked up.
Yeah. Well, the Cars for Kids is the newer version of that as well. Yeah.
You don't fuck with a good radio jingle.
No.
You just don't.
No, it's like more quick. It's like water country, water country. No, it's not cool. It's like a little rock version. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You stick with your CL and that's.
It's like dubstep version of a Water Country jingle.
It's like Dooch's conspiracy like drop now. The
Oh my! I didn't come with a conspiracy.
Yo, that fucking beat was in my head for like an hour after hearing that podcast, man. Oh man.
So yeah, make sure you download the CLNS Radio mobile
Yes.
app
And
on
come
your
check us out.
Android and iPhone, and that's it for.
In case you missed it.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that listen to the Causeway Street podcast.
Hell yeah. Happy Father's Day. Of course, thank you for listening. And come down to the greatest. Come on. Right after work. Just come on down, say what up to us. We'll be
Shoot
there.
the shit, and you can talk about the fucking Donnie and his whack accent. We can talk about anything.
First rounds on us.
Most deaf.
First rounds on us. And you know what? If you
word, so
come,
you're buying?
Yeah, if you come up to me and say you said first rounds on us, which would obviously mean that you listened to this entire episode, that you got to this point, I will buy you a beer. All right.
What if you have like 1,000 people that come up
That's what I'm
here?
saying. The first group of 20 people come directly to Sway.
Sway's gonna have drink tickets. He's just gonna be giving out.
He's gonna
I hope you
buy.
paid off that Amex last week.
I'm gonna have like little Dixie cups. I'm gonna be pouring beer in.
Like, here you go, guys. Split that one beer
Enjoy your warm
amongst
Coors
everyone
Light.
else. Zach, once again.
We'll even get you on here if you want. If you make good points and we're having a good conversation, we'll get you on the mic. Why not?
Word. Zach, once again, where can they find you on the interwebs?
At OTW Sports Radio. Great conversation last night, actually, on Twitter, believe it or not, after the whole entire possible trading of the first overall pick.
I love the
came out.
retweets of
Celtics Nation
everyone
went nuts.
saying Sean Dutch is gonna freak the fuck out.
Yep.
I think
There
I
was a
held
lot
my
of that
cool.
last night.
I think I held my cool.
Yeah, on Twitter you did, not on this podcast.
Not on this podcast.
No, he wasn't as bad.
Yeah,
I thought
you
you were gonna
were
be
good.
screaming.
It hasn't
we-
actually happened yet.
Yeah, when they
so
make the
that's-
trade on
that's
draft
why.
night, that's when we're going to see.
Then I'll lose it.
Yeah, you're still
You want
calling
to be there live for that?
Yeah.
You're still
You
calling
guys
bullshit,
want to
right?
be there live for that? I'm still calling bullshit to this point, and I think it's stupid. So we'll see.
By the time this podcast goes up, it's probably going to be official. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see.
here comes ESPN? No, I'm just kidding.
And then it just pops up. What if I told you that the Celtics have traded away the number one pick? So yeah, meet us down at the Greatest Bar. Draft day, Thursday,
Oh, I can't wait.
What day is that? The 22nd?
22nd,
22nd.
Thirsty Thursday.
What time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. That's right. We didn't tell the time. 6
Boom
o'clock.
shakalaka.
Just come here. Just go there, okay?
Let's go like 9 a.m. Just get
6
No,
o'clock.
no, yeah. 6 o'clock.
Knock on their door.
We'll be there from 6 to 8 or whenever we feel like leaving, pretty much.
Pretty
But
much.
The event will be from 6 to 8. Get yourself signed up. You can win that Isaiah Thomas ball. We'll give it away before the start of the draft. So
And we'll be
get
breaking
down
down
there.
the first hour of the draft. So hopefully, the Celtics don't make any draft day trades. At least bad ones.
Right.
Telling me, brah.
Yeah, so come on down to the Greatest Bar, guys. Don't forget. I mean, if you're gonna go out anyways, why not go to the Greatest Bar? I mean, right by the Garden.
It is the
right by
Greatest
the
Bar.
action. Plenty of stuff to do. Giveaways, T-shirts. You got a chance to win a signed ball by Isaiah Thomas. Think about it. Man, if Isaiah Thomas becomes one day a Hall of Famer, you can have that ball and be
Is
that
Nick-
much more valuable.
Nick coming down?
Nick will be in the building.
Nice.
Nick will come down. He'll be
El
making,
Capitan, CEO.
Nick and I will be.
It's going to be awkward.
Nick and I will be in and out of the
Guardians
Garden.
want to pay you.
No, if he just goes, really thought you were still going to be black.
Still had that small hope that you were black. Or some black in
It's
you.
gonna be awkward. I couldn't stop laughing.
That's mad funny. I can't believe you had never told me that before.
Because I wanted to get that raw reaction. I almost did one time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Nick on the podcast. And we're gonna get the
So
raw
that's been his
reaction.
plan the whole time.
And the way he said it, too, he said like it was like a secret. He looked around. He was just like, yo, I thought Sean was black. It's like, what?
He's like,
I couldn't stop laughing. He goes, oh, come on, man. Don't make fun of me. I'm like, dude, no, it's just funny. I'm like, he's not.
he's like, come here. Like, why are you whispering? Shh. Sean Dutch black.
I think you put up that picture from one of our
From
last
our live
broadcasts.
live broadcast, yeah.
Yeah, and he was
Spoiled
like,
it,
is
spoiled
that
it.
Sean? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I thought he was black. I was like,
All right, you can't be on the show. Get him out of here.
nope.
Get the fuck out of here.
so
Follow
yeah,
us.
come on down and see Sean and see how he's not black.
See how white I am.
Yeah.
Follow us on all social media accounts, Twitter.
You don't want to miss it.
Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook at Causeway Street. And hit up CauseWayStreetBlog.com for all your draft insight. Shall we say?
We'll try to do a mock draft. We'll get a mock drafts up there, and we'll also get some other some pieces up.
If you still haven't peeped Zach's,
I'm working on a few things.
His piece on the cap structure of the Celtics in the next year or two, that the Celtics can build the next NBA super team.
Hell yeah.
CausewayStreetBlog.com, and that's it, guys. So,
all right, see you guys on Thursday.
guys.
See you guys then.
Later.
Bye.
The sky might fall, the sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all. Hey, I let them know something, I let them know something, I let them know something. You can listen up,